Have you ever reached a point where you prayed and prayed, but it felt like heaven was silent? Where you looked at your life and wondered, why does it seem like everyone is moving forward except me? This is the story of Sarah, a young woman who believed God had forgotten her, until the day a door she never expected suddenly opened. A door that changed her life forever. Sarah grew up in a small home with big dreams. She was hardworking, disciplined, and always believed that with prayer and effort, her life would rise. She finished school with excellent grades. Teachers loved her, friends admired her. Her future looked bright. But life had a different plan. She entered the real world expecting opportunities to open easily. Instead, she found herself in a long, painful season of waiting. For 2 years, Sarah applied for job after job. She would dress neatly, pray before leaving the house, and walk into interview rooms with confidence. But each time she heard the same words. "We'll get back to you. We chose another candidate. You don't have enough experience." Her friends got jobs. Her classmates traveled abroad. Some started businesses. But Sarah? She remained exactly where she was. Every rejection felt heavier than the last. At night, she cried quietly so her mother wouldn't worry. She began asking questions no one could answer. God, did I do something wrong? Am I not good enough? Why are you silent? One evening, Sarah returned home from another failed interview. She dropped her bag, sat on the floor, and finally broke. Tears flowed uncontrollably. She felt tired of trying, tired of hoping, tired of believing. Between sobs, she whispered, "God, if you can hear me, please, just give me a sign, anything. Show me that you haven't forgotten me." And for the first time in months, she felt a strange peace. Not an answer, not a miracle. Just peace, like God gently placing his hand on her shoulder, saying, "Hold on, I'm working." The next morning, Sarah woke up still unsure but somehow lighter. She decided to keep trying. She opened her laptop, ready to send more applications, but before she could type a single word, her phone rang. The number was unfamiliar. She hesitated, then answered. A calm voice said, "Hello, is this Sarah? We received your CV and we'd like to invite you for an interview." Sarah froze. She didn't send her CV to this company. She didn't even know they were hiring. Confused but hopeful, she agreed. Little did she know, this phone call was the beginning of her breakthrough. Sarah arrived at the company. It wasn't just any company, it was one of the best in the city. As she walked inside, she whispered, "God, if this is you, please go before me." During the interview, something strange happened. The manager kept smiling warmly at her answers. He listened attentively. He encouraged her. When the interview ended, the manager leaned back and said, "You remind me of myself years ago. I know what it feels like to be rejected, and I also know what it means when a young person refuses to give up. Sarah, when can you start?" Her eyes widened. Her lips trembled. Tears gathered instantly. She got the job without applying, without connection, without struggle. A supernatural door had opened. When Sarah got home that evening, she closed the door behind her and fell to her knees crying again, but this time, tears of joy. She finally understood. God was never late. God was never silent. He was preparing a better door. Every rejection was protection. Every delay was alignment. Every no was guiding her to the right yes.
Sarah learned something powerful. Sometimes God closes every wrong door so the right one has no competition. Sometimes silence is not abandonment, it's preparation. And sometimes your blessing takes longer because it is bigger than what you prayed for. Her story reminds us that when God finally shows up, He doesn't give you leftovers, He gives you the best. Maybe you're like Sarah. Maybe you've been waiting, praying, crying, and wondering if God still remembers you. He does. Your delay is not your end. Your struggle is not your identity. Your story is not over. God is preparing a door you didn't expect, a door that will open when the time is perfect. Hold on, your breakthrough is coming. And if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today.